What's up, Louisville? Welcome to Louisville's Finest, a Talent Showcase. And this year, 2016, we've done a very special panel to represent the musicians, rappers, singers, producers, label owners here in Louisville, Kentucky. And that's Black Music Panel 2016. Please enjoy.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Louisville's Finest, a Talent Showcase presents Black Music Panel 2016. I'm your moderator, Charlene Shanklin. I currently work at WHAS 11 Television as an assignment editor. I also do something called the 411. It's about entertainment news, community affairs, lifestyles, and sports. I've been in the business for about 25 years in the television industry, 25 years. I'm also a CEO of VIP Communications, which is a public relations, marketing, TV production, branding firm. I've been embarking on a new venture, which is a fashion business, and it will start on October the 1st, called VIP Style. I've been in this business now for about 20 years. You'll learn more about me as we go throughout this event and this TV program. But first, I wanted to introduce to you today's panel. We have a wonderful panel that's going to show you experiences in the music industry, and we're happy to have them, these talented individuals, and I would like each of them to introduce themselves, give their title, the experiences that they are working on, experiences that they have in the music industry that they want to share with us, as well as what they're currently working on. And first, we'll start with Mr. Orlando Hobson.
How you doing? I'm Orlando Hobson. I'm a CEO, founder, and a producer of an independent local label called Soul to Soul Records. We have R&B artists, hip hop, and used to have some gospel, but currently we're working on a project right now that's going to turn out real big, and hopefully get Louisville more on the map than what it is, because eyes are on Louisville right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, my name is DZ Nation, aka Young Sire. I'm an artist, originally from Atlanta, and I've been working on a lot of new stuff, my music. My new single is called What Is That? You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
How you doing? My name's Twisted, with a Z. It sounds like it's with an S. Vocalist, musician. Been in the band for 4 years since I was in high school. Decided to do music after a couple of talent shows. And until you're serious, see here, I released a project last year called Jinchuriki, Leo's Pride, because I'm a Leo, and the Jinchuriki is basically like a Japanese name for host of a tail beast. So see here, it's got 7 tracks, and it's on Dat Piff. I done sold about over 1,000 copies within a year as a local artist. I think that's good. And I got future just doing shows right now with my homie DZ. And we got a lot of stuff coming up. Next show is at Kentucky Center, December 11th. If y'all down, it's free to the public, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. On a Sunday.
All right, thank you so much to our panelists. Now, before we begin, I want to emphasize to everyone what may work for some may not work for others. So this is just an open dialogue so that we can communicate and talk to one another. Again, we're talking about hip-hop, we're talking about R&B, we're talking about gospel music and all different genres. So just because it doesn't work for someone else may work for another. So this is just a chance for us to talk about open dialogue. And with that being said, my first question: what are the advantages and or disadvantages of being an independent label versus a signed artist to a national label?
Well, independent labels, your artists have a lot more freedom than being with major labels. Major labels have a tendency and a reputation of trying to own everything that you as an artist, own everything that you do, your music, your copyrights, publishing, all of that, to where independent labels give more over to the artist itself. You know what I'm saying? They kind of go half and half, almost half and half with what they're doing, publishing, copyright. The artists have a lot more freedom, and major labels more or less try to control everything that you do, So it's more like when you sign with a major label, you basically done signed everything away, you know. So independent labels pretty much, you know, it's basically run by your own. I mean, your artists have a lot more freedom, have more say in what they're doing, you know, to where a major label you don't. You do what they say, or you sit up on the shelf. So, yeah.
Any other panelists want to comment?
He basically hit it on the nail.
Pretty much.
Now, I'm going to be devil's advocate. When you are an independent artist, you may not have that many sales. So if you are under a record label, they are committed to do certain things for you. And sometimes people say, I'd rather have 15% of $1 million than to be an independent artist where you're only making $100 a month. Does that make sense? So I wanted to put that out there to you. Have any of you ever been approached to work with a major label and decided not to do it because of that reason?
Well, yeah. Early in my career, like I was like when I was in Atlanta, like I met Kawan Prather, and he told me he wanted me like at a young age, like I was like 5, I think, and he wanted me to be on the label. But my parents, it was like they wasn't so sure because they didn't know fully the whole business. You know what I'm saying? So like they just told me to wait. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of things you got to know in depth when it comes to like record labels, so you don't get played out of deals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I got offered an Interscope deal back like last year, but I decided not to do it because like I said, if you don't know nothing, you just jumping in the water without knowing what's gonna bite you. You see what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
you decided not to do it.
Yeah, decided not to do it.
Now, what a lot of people don't understand, and I'm going to try to do some dialogue in between so everybody can understand the music industry. If you sign with an artist, and I've worked with several before. I've worked with Nappy Roots. I was a publicist for them. I was also the publicist for Smoke E. Diggler, who is from Player. And both of those groups are from Kentucky. So the thing you have to realize when you do sign with a national artist, that they take probably approximately 15% right off the top. So when you make that 15%, regardless if you do it right now in 2016, 2019, if you have not paid that 15%, they still keep taking it from you. Am I correct? And a lot of people don't understand that when you have those signing bonuses and they give you $800,000 and you think that you're doing a fantastic thing and you're buying everybody homes and cars, but you're not reinvesting in yourself. And all of a sudden you run dry and then they put you on the shelf. They still expect you to give that money back. So that's one of the things you need to understand. It's not a bonus.
It's a loan.
It's a loan. Yes, it is. It's a loan.
They don't explain it to you that money that they're actually giving you is meant to really put into a budget for yourself.
Yeah.
To get yourself out there. They don't explain that to you. So a lot of these artists take that money and go buy cars and homes and all that. You don't realize you got to pay that money back.
That's right. Thinking about something else, I'm thinking downloading versus CDs. What do you say about that right now? A lot of people are taking your music and they're downloading it. Are you making money from that? Or is it best to still press those CDs out and sell them, to the public?
Best to press them, do it both ways. The streaming system that they have now, music and downloading, is really hurting the music industry. Most artists right now are making their money off of doing concerts, shows, interviews. They're not really making money off of CDs no more, because you can go online now and about download anything for free, but you have to venture out. Like I said, they get paid off concert shows, interviews. They might get some type of deal where, like a lot of these artists, they're doing the drinks, the Powerade, stuff like that, That's where the money is really coming in on now. But it's good to still press your CDs to get yourself out there and to make that extra. You still go with the old flow versus the new flow also. Because there's so many different ways of making the money in there. But the CD sales are terrible right now.
Yeah. Anybody else want to comment?
I would say, as from my personal experience, not buku money, of course, but I tried both aspects. Now, I enjoy the up close and personal, asking, when I get done performing, hey, would you like a CD, such and such, and then I put one of my singles on a CD, baby. And I got some sales off of that too. So it's like it goes both ways because not everybody has a phone. Everybody gets on the internet, and not everybody has a CD player or even something to play their music off of. So I try to attack all aspects. There's never a one way track to distribute your music. So that's why I always try it both ways. So which one's better? I can't really say. It depends on the people. But downloading, I say, yeah, everybody's into their phones and technology, so that's what they into. So yeah. But if you ain't got the mass promotion, then it's like, what good is the download? But that all comes with your career, how you doing everything. So yeah.
And to piggyback off, like you said, off your career, how do you get engagements? With so many artists out there trying to do the same thing you're doing, what makes you all stand apart from others? What are you doing that you could pass along to others, for advice to get booking, engagements?
Well, I always try to show my homie here, DZ, people gauge off of you no matter what. So, when you're on the stage, even though you feed off their energy, but they watching you to feed off your energy, so it's gonna be recycling through the air atmosphere. So you just can't. It's gonna be shy because you're gonna be in front of different people and you're in unfamiliar faces. But that's life. So basically, what I do and what me and him do, sometimes we'll go out and just do shows. And if we don't got shows, we'll go out and rap in front of people and just start, just show them our talents, and then we end up finding that one person that's wanting to help. That's got that connect to another connect to where it's networking across the city. So, yeah.
Consistency too. Constantly just being seen, and people constantly just seeing you in different venues. You know what I'm saying? Because at the point in time, you keep, people just keep seeing you. Then I'm like, okay, we always see this guy everywhere. You feel me? And it's they know that you grinding. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to sell yourself because an artist, even my label, So Records, is a brand. You have to sell your brand. You have to get your brand out there. I don't care how you do it. If you're passing out business cards with your CD, free CD or whatever, doing shows, your name, yourself as an artist, So Records is a brand. So you have to push. It's entrepreneurship. You have to get it out there and sell yourself. If you don't do that, then you forget it.
Right. Well, we're in the technology now where everybody does everything on social media.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I've got 5 accounts. I'm working my business accounts. I'm working my clients' accounts. Sometimes you find you don't have time to do nothing else. So, how do you juggle that? Do you do too much on social media where it's an overkill? Tell me, how do you go about promoting yourself on social media?
Myself, I think you have, one thing that I learned, because before I started my label, I just used to do nothing but produce, and then I gradually got into doing the label. But one thing that I learned, and I had a lot of people around me because I have friends that are in the business, you could take yourself to a limit where you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Myself, I was trying to produce artists. I was trying to run my label. I was trying to do my marketing, call people all the time. You can't do it by yourself. You have to put a small team. I don't care if it's 2-3 people around you. You have to put a small team around you that's for you and for your brand. That's got it in their heart like you got it in your heart, that's really going to do the work for you. Put that small team together and venture it out, because if you try to do everything yourself, your social media, you're producing, it's going to be just a big burden on you. You ain't going to know which way to go, and you'll get lost. So you have to put your small team together. Team I have right now, I've experienced, and like I said, you have to be careful who you have working with you, because that person have to be for your brand. The team I have together right now, they're all the way same heart as I do with what I'm doing. So I'm very confident with them.
Well, we're older.
Right.
than these two young people that live on these cell phones and they can do it without thinking about it. I've even seen 1 and 2-year-olds actually playing on, electronics.
Yeah.
So how do you juggle being in the studio, being on social media? Can you turn that social media thing off to get things done?
Well, you want to go?
No, you can go first.
It all comes to one thing, is priorities. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta. It's like just like anything with the whole business corporate world, they got stuff scheduled. You see what I'm saying? So I always make it to a point of myself, like I put in my brain to always share my music videos on Facebook, Twitter. I'll hit up every social media, even though if you don't even get on it, because I used to hate Snapchat and Instagram, but people get on that. So, I'll screenshot my music and all that, and I'll just share it and let it get the likes for the day. The next day, I'll share something new. It's all I do it accordingly. And if I got like a studio time, schedule that. Then I promote that. Like today here, everything. Like you said, you gotta sell yourself. You gotta show what you're doing. So when people see what you're doing and you promoting certain events you're at, and they see that you're doing, they like, dang, where the heck this come from? You see what I'm saying? So it gets you out there. Everything can be utilized as promotion. So it's just at the same time to answer your question. I kind of went off, I think.
Oh no,
but you just gotta prioritize it. You don't do too much. Don't get caught up in everything, because you will get lost in this little bitty plastic device.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? It's kind of messed up how everything's going on with it. But you feel me? I do turn it off, because I like my life. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I could be reading a book. You guys you could say.
That's awesome.
Like,
Now, go ahead.
yeah, and it's balance too. Learning how to balance everything, you know what I'm saying, and not get caught up in doing like he was saying, or both. They were saying, like, just not getting caught up in doing too much and stressing yourself, because this journey you must enjoy. Because if you're not enjoying it, then it's no reason for you to be doing it at all. For real.
Okay. So you're telling me to throw away my 2 cell phones?
Not throw away. Just
I'm taking your advice. That's exactly what I'm
on
going to
that
do.
date, like in what was it? The dance movie. He put his phone in the cup.
Yeah. Unfortunately, mine is waterproof. So we were talking about funding, like you said. You've got a small team, but how do you fund a small team? I know you've got those dedicated, family members and soldiers that is going to have your back, but eventually you're going to have to venture out just a little bit within your circle, outside your circle, to get funding. What are you doing to be able to secure that?
Well, right now, like you said, you have to have the team, the members in there that are dedicated and understanding that it's going to take time to get to that, to that point. As far as getting the funding and everything, I mean, that comes with. You might venture out, have certain events to raise the money to, get your company going. I mean, whether it's parties or whatever it may be, One thing that Soul to Soul right now is actually trying to do, we're trying to stay independent, but at the same time, we're trying to work to where we could try to get distribution deals, if we can get a distribution deal and keep control of what we're doing, that would be good, But, I mean, you really do have to have the people around. You have to have understanding people and know that it's going to take time to get to that point, when that funding comes and everything. So, it's doing little things, having parties or having certain events just to bring money in, keep everything rolling until you get to that point,
Anybody else want to comment?
Well, for me right now, like, I just say, just working. You know what I'm saying? If you can get a stable job, you know what I'm saying, where you can have a certain amount of funds running through, you know what I'm saying, and be able to save up and put back, you feel me? And then have your people, your set of people that believe in you too, you know what I'm saying, that's willing to contribute, funds. Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about securing music, copyright. It's all your music copyright, and how hard was it to get it copywritten?
Well, honestly, right now, I haven't been copyrighting my music.
Well, make sure that you start doing it.
Right, I know I need to.
Well, My music's copyrighted. Because all you gotta do is go to Congress.gov and you can put in like 80,000 songs and you pay $50 to get all the lyrics copyrighted. You see what I'm saying? And then they'll send it through the mail. It'll take a while to process, and then sometimes you can either upload the music too, depending on what you have. BMI, ASCAP, CZAC, make sure you have those too, because they track your radio spins and wherever you register for them to track and all that. They monitor all that, and then you can get paid for performing. Like I can go on BMI and consider this as this interview as a place for me to perform, all the typing all the info, and then they'll pay me in like a quarter of the throughout the year and stuff. So it's not hard to copyright, but not many artists get told these basic fundamental things. So then they end up, they'll write a dope song, and then that song will be up on the radio, and you'd be like, what the heck?
Right.
You know what I used to do when I used to produce back in the day? Somebody told me, gave me this thing, said, if you can't afford the copyright, we used to, whatever I produce for whoever, we used to put it on tape, put it in the package, and mail it to ourselves.
Absolutely. Poor man's copyright.
Right. Do not open it.
Yeah.
Do not open it.
Yeah.
Poor man's copyright is copyrighted.
Yeah, and a lot of people still do that today. I have clients that want me to send stuff to Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. They do not touch it. They stamp it and send it back to you, because if they unseal it and then you see something on the TV show that looks like what you just sent them, you could sue them for it. Yeah. So they will not even open it. They stamp it and send it back to you, so you they've never seen your idea.
This is my first time even hearing about the poor man's copyright. Poor
man's copyright is what I used to do. When I used to do proposals for certain people, you stamp it, sign it, date it, put it in an envelope, U.S. Postal Service mails it, they stamp it, that puts that date on it. Right. And then when if you gave your music to somebody else just to listen to, but all of a sudden you hear it, you hand the attorney that letter, they'll open it up, and bam, there you go. Wow. Poor man's copyright. Yeah, that's old school. Old school. Yeah, so now you know something. Right. So, but yeah, those are little things that you need to have managers and people that know what they're doing to help you, to get around those loopholes. But, I didn't know it was going to be that easy for copywriting. So you're telling me all you got to do is file a few things, download it, and you're copyrighted.
Yeah. Or make sure you sign it, too. Yeah. And you put it, actually, it's going to be already signed up through the email and all that, but they're going to send you an envelope of all the songs that you've done.
And it's on there, no problem. No problem. How long did it take?
Depending on how many songs you got, but it can take like just 10 minutes. If you don't know what you're doing, then it's probably going to take
10 minutes? I thought you was going to say 10 weeks.
10. Are you talking about to get it through the mail? Okay.
How long does that take?
It takes about I'm going to say, it took me like 5 months. It took them like 5 months to send me something through the mail.
That ain't bad, though.
I didn't do it right at first, probably, but...
No, but at least you did it. Yeah. And a lot of people don't even know how to do that. And if you want to get your music played on the air, you've got to be BMI, ASCAP. Yeah. So you did all the steps right. So that's what we was asking about. Now, there's a major climate in our community, not just the Louisville community, but communities all over the United States with violence. How do you see yourself as artists and managers? It's kind of hard to put into place. How do you represent yourself? Do you sing about the music, or do you stay away from it? Or are you conscious because you're a part of, it's a part of your responsibility being in this community? Can you answer that?
Well, me and my brother, we caught, we're awoken on the truth of what's happening right now, you know what I'm saying, in our community. And when we do our shows and stuff like that, we do try to put a positive message out there and just a energy that could, just help some people change their mind or see stuff differently. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just not even getting enough love in the community, so it's nobody don't really care no more. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then especially with all this ignorance going on with police killing us and stuff like that. So it's a lot of negative stuff, and if you're not strong enough in your mind, then it's you just gonna be a part of it, be like, okay, I'm gonna add to it, you know what I'm saying, because nobody care. But with us, if I could just give a positive word to someone after the show. You know what I'm saying? Or while I'm up there, they might catch something that I say that, you know, may change them how they feel about a certain thing.
Yeah. Plus, whenever something like that goes on, you know, I do find it kind of cliche to make a song right after, but it's like because everybody does it. You see what I'm saying? But everybody's gonna do it your way. But like how I deal with it, I keep it noted, and eventually, you know, what I seen and my thoughts and opinions and the struggles and all that. I just put it in my lyrics as I write my songs in the future and stuff. Just like me and him got a song called "Take Notes." You know, that's basically explaining, you know, whatever goes on throughout this paradigm you in. You know, keep track and see the signs. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't take a genius to know that to stay away from the negativity and what you can do to prevent yourself. So yeah.
It's funny that you asked a question like that because, you know, I just saw an interview with T.I. Where he was talking, they asked him about all the violence and everything that was going around and the contents of hip-hop. And he made a good point. A lot of people don't realize hip-hop, especially the older hip-hop, it's like CNN of the black community.
Karis once said that too.
Yeah, CNN of the black community. Because if you don't know what's going on in the black community, down in the hood and everything, then you're gonna hear it from a lot of hip hop rappers. You
That's
know?
true.
And that's a big gateway for real, you know. And a lot of rappers, you know, people don't understand what a lot of them rap about is what they sitting in the middle of every day, what they seeing every day, you know. People just hate to hear reality, what it is.
Right.
Take notes of like quotes and new oaths. Develop with my material, causing new growth. Exponential credentials, creating all hope. The older I get, wiser I am. Young Pope, seeing with my ears, listen with my eyes. Upon all distress, when they soon realize what they put on top line. Cause greenness is not what to find. You must know what's going to happen in time. I say, look, listen. The good days were school days like Spike Lee. And black power and white power just like D. Hateism and racism with poverty, but little do we know we are a mockery, and we supposed to be united like this country. Divided we have fallen cause nobody wants to read. We tricked them promoting all this dang foolery, and you wonder why you fell because you struggle to succeed. Come on, y'all representing these follow gimmicks that like to mimic was not invented with good intentions. Then y'all recommend it, then y'all present it, while y'all pretending that it's so splendid. Don't comprehend it because the deal's so dang tempting. There's no ending. Be original and stop pretending.
The government been effing up a lot of generations, making accusations about what they think should be our favorite. I swear nowadays, nobody wants to listen because they got our mindsets only on one mission. Even with being gifted, you can still die. While mama looking at you, straight into your eyes. She told me, boy, you gotta figure out another way. And then she told me, you better praise God. Every day I say, what you gonna do when your time come? I ain't done with believing the lies that they telling us. I trust my brothers because I am my brother's keeper. A lot of people asking me for features, but I try to hang around true knowledge, God-given believers. Even though I'm surrounded by evil manifestations, the way the system is built is for you to worship Satan. But I ain't got no more time for playing, so I'ma start now, not later. You dig?